Major funding for Jann Scott Live is provided by Paper Doll, by Peppercorn, by the Boulder Army Store, by Uptime, by Dinsto's Fine Garage, by Fiji, and by El Dorado Natural Spring Water. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Colorado's #1 late night call-in talk TV show, Who's the Bomb? Jann Scott, live.
Everybody, good evening and welcome to the program tonight. Maybe Gabe will tonight. Hi, Gabe. The big show tonight. We're live in Fiji. We'll be going out to the beach later on this evening. Lots of things to talk about. We'll take your calls. We have a lot of comment line calls that came in last week about a bunch of different issues, including ecstasy. You'll like that. Then we're going to do our own version of Love Line, where we'll solve some of your problems with Erica Strickmaker. She's a 20-year-old expert on female love. And of course, myself, I'm an expert on everything because I'm a talk show host. All right. First, before we go any further, you notice the Colorado Daily. Of course, you've seen our ads in the Daily, right? No? Yeah, okay. And we have with us the man who bought the Colorado Daily, Randy Miller.
It's okay.
I kept wanting to call you Randy Wilson. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the program. Welcome to Boulder. Oh, oh my God! You just stepped right up and bought the Colorado Daily.
I did, yeah. That's true.
Who are you? Where are you from? What's your story?
Oh, I'm from Iowa right now. I mean, most recently, I grew up in Missouri, Kansas City. But actually, I had lived in Colorado for 5 years back in the early 80s. I worked with the Denver Post.
Right.
Back then. And
what did you do for the Post?
I was an assistant managing editor, worked in the newsroom when I left there. I had worked in advertising for a while as well. And then I left Colorado in '86, went back to Michigan, and was in Michigan for 11 or 12 years, and then went to Iowa. All the time, newspaper business, that's all I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're a newspaper guy?
Right.
You started, your first newspaper was a weekly that you ran sometimes?
When I got out of grad school, my wife and I bought a weekly newspaper in northern Missouri, little tiny town. I'm sure you've heard of it, Marceline, Missouri. Boyhood home of Walt Disney. Everything in town was named after Walt Disney.
Really?
Main Street, school.
Oh, really?
Everything.
Oh, my God.
It was great.
You can imagine a town like that, like ducks and mice every place.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you ever go to believe it or not, Disney World, when you go down Main Street, it's modeled after downtown Marceline, Missouri.
It is?
It, honest to goodness, is. And there's a test. When you go, there's a building on the right-hand side. Over the door, it says Zerker, which is the old jewelry store in town. So it's an interesting place. But anyway, I learned a lot.
And you worked at, what did you do at the Post? You were assistant?
Assistant managing editor for graphics. So photography, art, those kinds of things.
What year was this?
Early 80s. I left there in '86.
And then what? Then where did you go?
I went to Detroit. I was in Detroit for about 9 years. I first was at the Detroit Free Press, and I was deputy managing editor there.
Wow. At the Detroit Free Press. I mean, that's an action city.
Yeah.
Big newspaper. Isn't it one of the biggest in America?
I don't know for sure where it stands right now, but certainly in the top 10.
The top 10, certainly, yeah.
So it's a big paper. Actually, it was interesting because when I got to Detroit, it was shortly after I got there that the papers announced that they were going to form a JOA, a Joint Operating Agreement.
Right.
You probably heard of that.
Absolutely.
Recently. So
Denver
I went through
Post-
that whole process, and now it's happening in Denver.
Well, the Denver Post and the Rocky Mountain News
Right.
have raised their display ad rates by 5 starting in April. So if you were paying $1,000 a page, which you wouldn't be, but you're paying $5,000 a page now, how do they get away with this? Doesn't it just open the door for another daily to open up in town? And
No, what it does is it opens the door for people to advertise more in the Colorado Daily because we haven't raised our rates. So
he's right here, just self-promoting. So, yeah, but nobody in Denver reads the Colorado Daily.
No, that's true. Just the people in Boulder County.
Are you going to distribute down there?
No, I think the Colorado Daily needs to focus on Boulder. It's a Boulder paper, has been for 109 years, and I think that's what the paper needs to be all about. Boulder.
You paid $2.5 million for the paper?
Round figures.
Round figures. Okay. Where'd you come up with $2.5 million? I mean, did you have it like in the bank?
Yeah, I just pulled it out of my pocket. No.
I don't know.
Well,
if you were a corporate executive, you get those $15 million a year bonuses as a vice president.
No, unfortunately, that didn't happen. But, so, it's just the way, how you buy a home. You put some money down, you borrow some money.
Really?
Sure.
Somebody believed in you someplace, or it's none of my business, and you're not.
Right.
It's impolite conversation and talk.
Okay.
To ask people how much money they make or where did they get their money, which is one of the things
that's
why I'm doing it. I don't mean to put you right. No, but I was just kind of curious. I thought, well, I don't know. I mean,
Well, the thing about the Colorado Daily, there was another publishing company, Front Range Publishing Company, that owned the Colorado Daily. I have another corporation. I bought the newspaper and the assets. Mm-hmm. Nothing to do with the former company, corporation. This is a totally different corporation that owns the Colorado Daily. So that's, it's a little technical, but.
Randy Miller's with us, the new owner of the Colorado Daily, here in studio taking your calls. 440-3572 is the talk line. Here's the Colorado Daily. He bought it. The consortium that owned it no longer own it. So there was a board, there was a group of people, they now sold it to. This is your call. Anything that happens with the Colorado Daily is you. It's no more Politburo running the newspaper.
Well, we have a lot of employees who all have very important jobs and are certainly participating in what we do. I mean, it's impossible to make all the decisions that happen day to day. But in general terms, sure, I'm responsible.
Has anything changed? I mean, this masthead changed since you got here?
I think
you cleaned this up a little?
Well, it's basically the same typeface. I think it's very slightly different. There really haven't been any significant changes in the paper at this point.
There are a lot of wire stories. I mean, here's a Christian Science Monitor story. There's a lot of from syndicated stories, not local. So it's kind of noticing that. Are you doing something? Are you are you like readjusting or?
Well, no. I mean, again, we really haven't made any changes at this point.
Did it always run these kind of stories? Not this many. Yeah?
Well, no. I mean, I think that has been recently fairly normal. I can't say back in past history further back, but like I said earlier, I mean, we want to focus on Boulder. So we're going to work very hard to be a Boulder newspaper. There's
a lot of stories in today's paper that are not Boulder.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just asking what's going on.
No, and there will always be stories from outside of Boulder, but part of it is that we want to pick stories that we think are going to be of interest to the people of Boulder. I mean, an environmental story, for instance, environmental issues. Those are things that people here care about.
They're relative, right?
And so, we would do that. We think that stories like the one that you mentioned here, the arms race.
Yeah.
We think that that's the kind of story that people here are interested in. So, I mean, those are the news decisions that people have to make every day about what to put on the front page.
Sure.
I mean, there's 4 stories on the front page, 3 are local, 1's a wire story.
Seen this today?
So,
it's the New Colorado Daily. That's the name of the company, right?
That's the name of the corporation, right?
Yeah. As compared to the old Colorado Daily. Now, The mast, this changed a little bit. The masthead changed a little bit. I mean, I don't know what I.
Oh, sure. Well, the
the
ownership
box
change.
here.
Has to.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's
But you
required.
are now the you are not just the publisher. You are the president, publisher, and editor.
Right.
Why didn't you put in like chief cook and bottle washer? No, I mean, is it?
I mean, I wouldn't.
But you're the, is that a way for you to say, okay, I'm the man? I mean, I'm running this thing.
Well, I mean, you know, not necessarily trying to send a message, but those are the facts. I mean, I haven't had a chance to meet Kathleen Conant, I think, the person at the camera, who's editor and publisher.
Yeah, but she works for a corporation.
Well, she's editor and publisher. She's not president because she doesn't own it. If she owned it, she'd be president, publisher, and editor too. So it's not unusual.
It's not unusual.
No, hey, I mean, I was president and publisher before at the last newspaper I was in.
Hey, Gabe. Gabe?
Yeah, Jen.
That's Gabe Lee, everybody, our director. Gabe, who's the boss on this TV show?
You are, Jen.
Right. And who's the big kahuna?
You are, Jen.
Thanks. Okay, that's all I needed to hear. Thanks very much.
Are you president or?
It's fun being king. No, we had this major access director just threw my ass off TV about a year and a half ago because she didn't. This is public access, so you come in here. We do pretty much what we want to. So I could interview you tomorrow. I could have, say, Colleen Conan on if I wanted to, or I could have anybody. I could have the head of the Nazi Party on. Doesn't really matter. Nobody could say you cannot have these people and you cannot talk about this stuff. Randy Miller, president, publisher, and editor of the Colorado Daily. Now, I noticed in the past couple of days there aren't any letters. So here's a letter today. Yesterday there were no letters. Have you cut back on the letters?
No, actually, we've had an email problem. The odd things that you get into when you transfer ownership of something is that it's probably the most complicated thing we've gone through the whole time. Changing the electric bill is okay. That's easy.
You have an email problem? So you lost all your letters like you just...
No, I mean they haven't all gotten through in the last week.
Re-email your letters.
We think it's going to all be fixed tomorrow. It's changing the registration of the domain names. That's complicated.
All right, to the phones. Question or comment for Randy Miller this evening?
Hey, Randy. My name is Ron.
Hi, Ron.
And I'd just like to say I read the Daily Camera and the year paper, but last year in March, my brother Geronimo Pop died because he was on a waiting list for an organ transplant for like 4 years, and he didn't get his transplant. And the Daily Camera did a huge story on it, but the Colorado Daily did not. So
What did your brother die of?
He had pulmonary hypertension, Jan, and a hole in his heart.
He's the guy that used to call the show all the time. He had Bigglesworth the cat, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Is that true? Is this really? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. He was one of our most favorite callers on the TV show. So.
Well, he liked your show like I do, Jan.
Well, my heart goes out to you and your family for your loss.
I just want to say happy birthday, Geronimo. We still love you, man. You're still in our hearts.
Thanks very much. 440-3572, the talk line. Yeah, Geronimo Pop was... In fact, Gabe, he was a friend of yours, wasn't he? Say yes.
Yes.
All right.
Good friend.
This guy used to call here all the time. He was very funny, actually. Okay, so back to the... so it looked like you were missing letters. And what's with the column stuff? Is Pamela White, she's still going to write a columm?
Yes, she writes every Friday.
Sure, it's every Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And has been for some time. I'm not sure exactly how long, quite a while. Continues to.
Politically, the newspaper has typically been, over the past couple of years anyways, a leftist newspaper or progressive communist, referred to often as the Communist Daily. I think proudly so. We refer to it as the Communist Daily. At least we did until you shut up with a blue blazer. And no, I'm kind of wondering if the newspaper is going to take where are you going with it politically?
I wouldn't expect to see anything significantly change. One of the things about the Colorado Daily that I think is unique, specific, is a real exchange of ideas on the opinion page. It's, I mean, the participation there is tremendous. There are, even though this issue doesn't have them, there are a lot of letters to the editor. People really participate and are very interested. And I think having a very wide-ranging exchange of ideas is important.
We know that. I used to have a lot of letters to the editor in the Colorado Daily. And in fact, I would write one anti-drug letter, and there'd be 6 letters in support of, take drugs, they're good for you. And it was just a sort of ongoing battle from 1990 through 94. And the Daily, at some point, at certain times, they would actually run like 6 pages. They'd take a day and just run 6 pages of letters to get caught up. And it was a fascinating read. And to me, the letters section in the Colorado Daily fell off. And, in fact, the Daily Camera picked it up, especially since, what's his name, is now their letters editor. The cowboy that runs the letters section. But it seemed like it. I hope it picks up more. I hope you get more letters in the paper.
Yeah.
Or run more, actually, because it was a pretty diverse read. And
yeah, I think that's great to have a broad range of ideas and people using it as a forum. I think it's one of the things we want to work on.
Boulder's the kind of community that loves to comment
Absolutely.
on things. I mean, look at all the phone calls we're getting in here tonight.
Yeah. Well, it's...
The hell's the matter with you? Know what they're doing?
Hey,
Erica.
it's the NCAA's tonight.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Erica, what's the TV show that's on tonight that everybody watches?
Well, considering that it's March Madness, everybody's going a little basketball crazy.
Basketball.
Basketball. And there's also like Friends and Will and Grace and ER.
I'm up in... ER's not on now, though.
I think it starts at 9.
Yeah, 9 o'clock, all right.
Yeah.
But people are just preparing for it, I guess.
I think I liked it better when we were on Wednesdays, but it doesn't matter. Call 440-3572. I'll give you a 6-pack of beer. First caller.
Oh. Where's the phone?
Oh my God. Oh, so what else we got to talk about here?
See, there you go.
Huh?
There's the
Oh,
basketball.
I know. I saw this. I read this today. The Daily was packed with advertising from the time I got to Boulder in 1974 up until 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. And then I read with amazement, 4 or 5 months ago, that it was in Chapter 11, bankruptcy, and then a month or 2 later you step in and buy the newspaper. What the heck happened? I mean, was it the communists running the business side of the newspaper as well as the editorial side? And of course, we know what they did to the Soviet Union. They put it broke, and they drank too much over there. But
no, I certainly a large piece of what happened at the Daily was they had some alleged embezzlement, and I think that's still in some court proceedings. So I don't know for sure where all that stands, but that was clearly one of the big issues that they had.
I mean, it seems to me, I don't know what it costs to run a newspaper like this a week or a day.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, quite a bit of money. Now, it seems to me that it'd be relatively easy to raise that quite a bit in advertising sales every week with a successful newspaper like this. Sure. When I'm on the street, I see people and they say, well, we advertise, it's either they advertise in the Daily Camera or they advertise in the Colorado Daily. And we advertise in the Colorado Daily because this hits a certain target audience that we like, and we get great response, and that's why we're in there. And anybody who's ever come to town to try to start another newspaper up until Boulder Weekly got here always failed, including myself. I ran the Boulder Times, 1979. We plunked our money down and some other people's money and lost it fairly quickly. But it's not funny, Gabe. Those people were really upset. No, there was somebody who had more money than they knew what to do with, and they gave it to me. But no. But I mean, when you're on the street, but now that seems to have changed. Not that I hear the Colorado Daily badmouth so much as an advertising vehicle, but when the story came out and this change took place, I'm like, well, how could that have happened with the only daily newspaper in a university town that serves the university, that that covers stories and other stories that the camera doesn't cover, serves the university community? How the hell did the advertising revenue fall off?
Well, I don't think it was a matter of the advertising revenue falling off specifically. I mean, there were a lot of different issues that went on, and trying to recreate all the things that happened before I don't know. Actually, from my perspective, it's great because otherwise they probably wouldn't have sold it, and I wouldn't have been able to buy it. So
I was answering my own question
yeah,
in my mind.
I think it's great. Well,
Yeah.
there's no question that the bankruptcy process had a little bit of a chilling effect on the community, and people wanted to know what was going to happen. Where's it going? I've been really happy to see the response that we've gotten though in just a couple weeks since I've bought it, and things have started to solidify. People go, oh great, now I can feel good again about advertising and know that it's going to be around. And in fact, I mean, you'll see today's paper and tomorrow. I mean, they're some of the biggest issues they've had in quite a while. So
is that right?
It's already coming back.
So are you getting around the town and out meeting people?
Slowly. I mean, obviously I got a lot to do, and this is like day 8 or something like that.
Is that right? This is the 8th day?
9th maybe.
Can
So
we get a close-up shot of Randy? Just zoom right in. We'll let folks at home see who bought the daily. But this is a very sensitive organ that you bought here, because this is it's a vehicle of freedom of speech.
Sure,
It
absolutely.
is. You are the watchdog of the community. The newspapers are a very, very sensitive, important vehicle.
Yeah. That's a good point. And it's really important in a community like this. I mean, that's one of the great things about a place like Boulder is that people are engaged enough in the community and involved and educated to the level that they really like a lot of information. They want to know what's going on. That's why a show like yours is successful.
Yeah.
Because it's a community like this. And it's why you have 2 newspapers in a town of this size, because people really want to know what's going on, want different opinions.
Well, sure. I mean, and I'm good at what I do, but I have the ability to come out and ask you, where did you get the money to buy the paper? How is it doing? I mean, people go, oh, guy. But, people are wondering. They're sitting home thinking, who is this guy? Yeah. And what is he going to do?
Well,
what are you going to do in our town? Because Boulder is kind of we're really a small town. We're like a bunch of farmers here, actually.
I can't hear the
You can hear our crew. No, they can't, but we have our whole crew is laughing at us. No, but you know what I mean? It's a very sensitive, we don't like change. Don't paint the car black. We like white for the, whatever. You're wondering, what did I just ask you?
Yeah, what was the question there? No, I mean, I understand your point. Everybody's a little sensitive to change.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to say, well, okay, well, what's going to happen? And, we'll have to see over time what happens. And that's the only answer you can give right now is that what are we going to do? Well, we're going to be true to our heritage. We're going to be an alternative daily for Boulder. We're going to focus on Boulder. We're going to be a forum for opinion. And we're going to work very hard to continue to improve the newspaper and build it. It's already started to respond. I think you're going to see it continue to do better and better. One of the great things about this, even though there were some difficulties with the paper, it never lost its core readership. I mean, the readership among 18 to 35-year-olds, and actually one of the things that surprised me when I started looking at the daily, readership actually goes up in the late 20s. It's higher than college age. Later on, the readership's even higher. It's nearly 80% for people all the way through the 20s. So the readership really is very strong. And even, I've mentioned in a note in the paper that even when you get up to age groups in their 50s, still more than half the people read the paper.
Are you going to write a weekly column? Or
No,
weekly,
I don't think so. I'll, occasionally write something, but not on a regular basis.
Caller, you're on the air. Question or comment for Randy Randy Miller with the Colorado Daily, the owner of the Colorado Daily. Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi.
Do you have a question or comment?
Yeah, I have a comment. Actually, I'm a student at Metro in Denver. I don't know, I mean, it's not Boulder, but I think it's important to know because many students in Boulder go to Metro also. And I'm studying an undergraduate in biology, environmental science.
What's your question?
What happened? Yeah, my question is, why is like over 40% of the students have to drop the class? They fail the class. I mean, this is something common. What I noticed that many minorities of students go there. I mean, you think these people come from low income?
Wait, stop. What is your question specifically for Randy?
Actually, it's a comment. Why so many students, minority students in a school that's supposed to try to study science, they've been dropped from class? Yeah. So
Are you telling me students are being dropped from class?
That students 40% of the students at least have to drop
All right.
in every class.
Okay, listen, thanks for your call. Hey, Erica, I'm going to throw this to you. You're a CU student.
Yes.
40% of the students are dropping out of school. Is that true?
I do not know that.
All right.
It was not brought to my attention.
You're a student. Shake your head, yes or no? No. Okay. Did you understand what the caller was talking about?
I think she had a concern about minority
Minorities.
enrollment. Is what it sounded like.
Minority.
The minority enrollment, the dropout rate is higher than the regular rate. It's what it sounded like.
Aha.
For comment.
Well, you have to study harder. I mean, that's you do.
And I don't know the statistics at CU, although I'm sure that
CU is bending
would
over
be sure.
backwards for minority students. You know, they will do anything because they have to meet quotas and things like that. But, you know, she has a point. CU is primarily a lily white school. This is a
I
white
think
town
she was probably getting at maybe something we should look at the
that
newspaper.
you should look at. There you go.
It's a tip.
Oh, I just, you know, I'm like, well, you know, don't get me started on minorities because minorities get into school. There's all sorts of programs for minorities to get into school. CU does everything it can, but once you get to school, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, you have to work. Never mind. You know, CU people come and they major in drinking. Then everything else is like, you know, secondary. Right? Lindsay, Erica, is that true?
It is.
Absolutely not.
I know, but you guys work hard.
Its
course we do.
reputation as
That's
a
why we
party
work here.
school is being replaced by a reputation as a research institute. Is that right?
A research institute for researching drinking. Listen, there is a professor at CU. He got a $6.5 million grant to research drinking on college campus. I'm like, give me a break. Go out any Monday through Monday night.
But did they pick a good place to do the research?
$6.5 million. We already know that we have a university of alcoholics. What we need to do is spend that $6.5 million and open a detox center in Wardenburg and start treating half of these kids, 3/4 of them. I am serious.
How do you really feel, though?
It's the University of Drunk. Oh my God. Yeah, 440-3572. Caller, do we have another caller? Is that right? Huh? No,
No,
it says
that's the
caller.
old caller.
All right.
Previous.
A cold caller, did you say?
No, old
Very-
caller.
Very funny. So, you're not going to write any scathing in it?
I'm going to have to be around Boulder for a while. I mean, like I said, I lived here in the 80s.
Yeah.
We come back every year. I have a brother in Colorado Springs, so I spend some time in Colorado. But obviously, I've got a lot to learn about Boulder.
What's your political? You know,
I'm independent.
you're an independent.
Thank you.
So you
Always have been. It's one of those things. I always felt like if you're a journalist, you need to be independent.
I switch. Yeah.
So
I switch
always
parties.
have been.
Like I've been a Democrat since you know, Clinton was in, and now that Bush is in, I'm going to go re-register and I'll become a Republican. Hee-haw!
Go with the flow.
Hey, caller, you're on the air with Randy Miller. Hi.
Is it me?
You're up. Hi. Yeah.
I was just calling to say that I'm old.
You are not old.
40 anyway.
You are not 40.
I can't hear you. I'm watching your lips move on my TV.
You're drinking, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
You need to go to detox.
No, I don't even.
Go ahead. So what's your
But,
question?
well, my point is that, you know, the university paper's been one that I've always read since I was a teenager growing up here. And now I'm 40 and I still read it because it's more truthful than the Daily Camera. So, I mean, it's like if I want the truth, I'll read the Colorado Daily kind of thing because they're not so hooked on their selling advertising to not tell the truth. You know, I feel like the Daily Camera does a poor job because they're so into getting the money from for their ads and stuff that they won't be straight, and that's why I read that paper, and I'll continue.
Wait, hang on for a second. Now, I'm going to take issue with that. I think that the Daily Camera is extremely conservative in how they report stories. Look at the Ramsey case as an example. But then on the other hand, the Colorado Daily hardly covered the Ramsey case at all. It was even more conservative in its approach. And I don't know that they're worried about their advertisers as much as they are worried about being sued. I don't know. No, they have a very. Well, you're a publisher. What do you think?
Oh, I would never criticize another newspaper. I think that from what I've seen of the Daily Camera, I think it's a fine newspaper, and I think that they work hard to do a good job. Well, we talked about the First Amendment, freedom of speech, a little earlier, touched on it. That's one of the things that I feel very strongly is that the print journalists in a community, there's not that many of them. And it's important for us to hang together because we are the defenders of the First Amendment in this community. Yeah. And we all have that responsibility that we share in common. And so, we're a small club, and while we may have some competition, I actually think the Daily and the Camera exist together because they do serve different functions and they have different core readerships. And I think there's a place for both of us, and I think they're both good papers doing the best they can.
You go out on the story, okay, and you see a bunch of the reporters, like there'll be a reporter from the Camera, there'll be a reporter from the Colorado Daily, and the reporters are kind of talking, they're grasping with the issue at hand. So you're right, reporters do get together and talk about those things, or even editors. Like I talk with Barry Hartman pretty regularly, or Pam White and I speak once a month or so, and we talk about core issues that affect the city and our community and our lives and our world. We don't talk about, gee, what'll happen if an advertiser doesn't like us? Or do I think about, what if a sponsor doesn't like what I do on television? I could care less. You know, they don't have to sponsor my show, and people know that, or they don't have to advertise in the Daily. Because you get that anyways, right? Don't you get people calling you and saying, "That's it, this story was enough, we're pulling our ads"?
Oh, I'm sure we do. I mean, that happens regularly with every newspaper in the country. I mean, you go through those issues, but yeah, I mean, I think your point's a good one. Is that while I mean, reporters are going to go cover the same story. They know each other. They're friends. They talk about the issues. Now, there's nothing they would like better than to beat the other guy. I feel like they wrote a better story than the other person did. I mean, that's the competitive nature that we all have, but that doesn't mean that we're enemies or anything. I don't think that's all true at all.
Well, good luck, Randy, here.
Thanks.
With your time here in Boulder.
Thanks for having me.
The new owner of the Colorado Daily, Randy Miller. This is the paper, and he's the guy to keep your eye on. We'll see if the Daily changes or if it remains. We'll just see, and we'll just see. But first, we have a little cartoon, and then we'll be back taking your calls. Erica's going to join me, and we're going to have our Jann Scott love line.
Jann Scott, when he gets a chance. Name is Jann Scott, when he gets a chance. Leave his mark on everybody's pants. I called him on the telephone. I called him on the telephone. Me off, told me just to stay at home. Some women love him, want to spend some time. Some of the women love him, want to spend some time. He passed her up, said he didn't like her kind. Well, it's 38 special, but it's most too light. He's got a 38 special, but it's most too light. But his great big mouth will get those caps off all right. His name is Jann Scott, when he gets a chance. His name is Jann Scott, when he gets a chance. He leaves a mark on everybody's pants. Scott when he gets a chance. Name is Jann Scott when he gets a chance. He leaves a mark on everybody's pants.
Oh my God! We're in Fiji. I told you, just stepped outside the hotel. We flew Randy Miller down to the Jann Scott live show here in Fiji. It's spring break. Spring break. It's our spring break show. Where's that spring? But there it is. It's Jann Scott live spring break here in Fiji. Erica joins us.
Hello.
Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
good, how are you?
It's a little zoom in here closer.
Oh, great,
Come on
thanks.
in. Closer, closer, closer. Oh my God, we're moving!
Thanks for taking me here, Jan.
No, two shot. Oh, no, closer, come closer. The boat's moving. Keep coming. Stop right there.
Oh,
that's good,
okay.
that's
good.
good. All right,
Good.
all right, how you doing? Welcome to the show, everybody. We are here in Fiji. You want to see my boat? Hey, Gabe. Gabe Lee, everybody. Gabe. We're in the hotel back there. Can you see him? Oh, maybe Matt will come in and open the iris up on that.
Hey, Jan.
Hey, we can't see it. Forget it. Maybe somebody will fix the iris on that. Hey, Gabe, how are you enjoying Fiji?
Hold on, leave it up, Jan. It's pretty fun,
Boy,
Jan.
I'm really
The
liking
beach, said.
I know, I love it. I like the beach. How are you enjoying it here?
I love it.
Spring break?
Yeah. Awesome.
We had to fly here. This is too much. You suckers at home, studying, drinking.
Losers.
Look at this. Losers. Absolutely. We are here drinking Mai Tais,
Beautiful.
Run, Skip, and Go Nakeds.
Kind of.
Where's my boat? All right, forget it. I don't
Okay.
care. We'll do this. Let's go to the comment line. Incidentally, we're also going to have, well, there it is. Yeah, that's the boat, the one we drove up on the beach because Erica was on the helm.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
Okay, Love Line. This is it. We're going to play Love Line. If you have any problems,
Any concerns?
yeah, we will fix your
Yes.
relationship problems tonight.
At
Anything,
least try to.
Whatever-
Or screw them up even more.
whatever it is. And seriously, we are really good at it because
Yeah.
we have, Erica changes boyfriends about once a month, me about every three months.
I would say more like maybe 7 minutes.
7 minutes?
Yeah.
Do you go through a lot of guys?
Or many guys go through me. Let's just I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. We can't put that on television. So 440-3572. Any kind of relationship problems that you're having, spring break problems, anything like that. You can't land the guy. Erica can help you with him. If he's broken your heart, she's broken your heart, you are sitting home crying your eyes out, and your cat is like looking at you going, what the hell is your problem? You call me. First, and while we're waiting for your calls here on Jann Scott's Spring Break in Fiji.
Spring break.
We're in Fiji here on the beach. Flew down the entire crew. Maybe we can get Matt to come back and he can fix the iris on the camera. We have set our studio up in the hotel room up on the 21st floor. You can see Gabe and Lindsay back there. They're in the trailer. Hey, Matt. It's Matt, the guy that works at the hotel. He's going to see if he can fix their iris on that camera. Then they can see him. All right. Taking your calls, 440-3572. So this is fun, huh?
Yeah, I'm having a blast.
This is better than, where'd you go last year?
Utah.
You went to Utah?
Yeah.
For spring break?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
The breeze is blowing. We have our boat. You can't. It's too much fun. I know. Isn't this nice?
Yes.
All right. Let's go to the comment line.
Okay.
All right, Gabe. First comment line call, and then we'll take your live calls here. And
Ooh.
Oh, we'll take this caller.
We have
Hi,
a call.
caller, you're on the air. Hi. Do you have a problem, a relationship problem? No, that's not our phone, I guess, huh? Somebody else's.
Oh, just kidding.
All right. Back to the comment lines there, Gabe. Here comes
Bob Greenlee. I've been out of the country. I got your voicemail when I got back, along with 57 others. Your idea may be a sound one, but I think that the gig is up with Go Gaga. So I think the equipment is being sold or has been sold. So I don't think there's much of an opportunity there. There may be somebody else around who's doing that kind of thing, and it may be worth pursuing. But Joe would be the best person to talk to about that.
All right, we'll stop right there. GoGaga.com. That was the radio network, 37 radio stations on the internet. It went broke. That's it. If you go to their site, internet radio, you could do all sorts of channels, and it just bit the dust. It was one of the most famous radio stations here, and the Bob Greenlee owned KBCO, put a couple $1 million into it, lost all his money, and they closed the shop up. And so they were talking, actually Greenlee had mentioned to me, we were talking, he said, it would be good if they put me.
You?
Yeah, me on that channel and then that station, and they would have made some money and people would have sponsored it and we would have had a real live Boulder morning talk show. But they waited too long and they lost all their money. Next time you have the chance to have me in your life. All right, more comment line calls. Also, listen, Erica Strickmaker, our producer who arranges the guests on the show, joining us here on the beach. We're in Fiji. Love Line tonight.
Yes.
Jann Scott live Love Line.
Yes.
And what are some of the things that we should really have people call in about? What's the stuff that's bothering college girls today?
Well, I think the whole commitment from guys, that's always a big issue. And commitment from girls. I definitely know a couple girls, including myself, where commitment's just not something that's really fun. So I think that would be a good thing to kind of duke out.
It's a big thing. Just about the time, a guy's going out with a girl and she says, well, do you love me? I really love you. And, and then well, you be committed to me and you say, okay, baby, you got me. I love you.
And then the girl's like,
she's fucking gone after that. You're dumped. You're I poured my heart out for you. And then she just, you ripped out my heart. Huh?
Pretty much. I definitely know a lot of females who just kind of toy with guys' emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good.
And many guys do the same thing, so.
Yeah, well, it's true. Okay, caller, hi. You're on the air. You comment or you have a question tonight on Love Line?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to, go to bars and pick up women for one-night stands. What's, the best line to use in tuition like that?
Okay.
How about, is that a mirror in your pocket? Because I can see myself in your pants.
Ooh, that's good.
That really, really won't work. I've tried it before. It doesn't work.
I'll tell you the one night that always works for me. Are you still there, caller?
Yeah.
Okay. This one works. This one works if you're in a coffee shop. You're standing at coffee. You're in line at Vic's, and you're standing there, and you're a guy relatively around my age, and there's a woman behind you, and you want to talk to her, and you turn around and you go, "Oh my God, you have Emily Dickinson eyes."
Yeah.
They always go for that shit.
Okay, no, don't listen to him. Okay, here's a good one.
Fine, what do I know?
If you're at a bar, say, excuse me, is that a keg in your pants? Because I really want to tap that ass. Okay?
Yeah.
That one would be fantastic. It works all the time.
That's great. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Good luck.
Or the other one that I like is that dress. Let me see. What is it? It said, "Oh, I like your dress. It looked better crumpled."
On my floor the next morning. Yeah.
Oh, I'm out of it. Okay.
Mines just don't work really. I don't think.
No. So what works? You better hang up there, Gabe, as we're about to go back to US West. 440-3572. We got. As soon as somebody hangs up, you can jump on. 440-3572. It's a Love Line live here in Fiji. We're in Fiji. Jann Scott live in Fiji. There. Yeah, we flew down here with Erica.
Hello.
And the whole crew. Are they back? We have a camera in the trailer back there. The trailer's parked. We're here on the beach, and they're in the parking lot. Gabe, can you see us in there? There they are. And look at the camera and wave, you guys.
Hey.
All right, hey, look over here. Hey, Gabe, look at me. Look at me. Look in the camera. Look over there.
Jack.
Gabe. How's it? Are you and Lindsay enjoying the beach?
Oh, we love Fiji.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's pretty fun.
How is it in the van while we're on the beach?
The air conditioning's up, so it's not too bad.
Good.
But we're kind of jealous. We were hoping you.
You know, tomorrow we're going to ride electric cars. We're going to take electric cars and one of those things called the mopeds. Yeah. All right. See you later. You guys are doing a good job in there. All right. Jen and Erica are here on the beach in Fiji. It's Loveline. We'll try to answer any of your problems that you might have. But back to the comment line. Here's a lady who's got a problem with feminism.
Yes, my name is Vicki, and I saw the ad that you had placed in the Colorado Daily on January 23rd, and I'm very disappointed. I think instead of trying to incite division in today's society, we really should be looking at ways we can bring people together and solving some of the problems that we experience here in Boulder. I am a New Yorker. I could be considered a feminist because of what I've been through my life. And I really feel like with what I'm going through here in Boulder right now,
No personal problems. Oh, no, you just...
we really should be attempting to solve some problems here in Boulder. I think Boulder's got a lot of socialist problems that need to be solved. I don't like seeing drunken college people rioting and burning things on the Hill. But I think there are other ways of handling this rather than trying to incite people's emotions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing. You're welcome. 440-3572. Hey, Gabe, stop that thing. Caller, hi, you're on the air. Love line, question or comment? You got any love problems we can fix tonight?
Yeah, well, my big...
He's laughing.
What was that?
His problem is he needs...
Whatever. Yeah, why don't you get some social skills first? Oh,
his problem is that he needs to go to detox.
No, he just needs to go to to get a personality school or something. I'm just kidding. Please call back. I'd love to talk.
Yeah. Talk to Erica. Keep coming closer.
No, too close.
No. Oh, there you go. That's good. You look good.
Thank you. Thank you. This is my first time on TV. I love it.
How's this?
What?
I'm waiting.
Oh.
Okay.
There you are.
All right. 440-3572. Back to the comment line, then back to your calls. Now you can put us in a two-shot on the other camera. All right.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
And I'm at home, and I'm calling you, and I'm making my dinner, and I went to the meeting at jail tonight, and it was really good, and oh my God, I know where you are. You're on TV.
Is she masturbating?
We're on TV.
Okay.
Have you done that? Have you called people on the phone and masturbated?
No! What is she masturbating?
Well, who's this?
Meow.
What is going on?
Get off the phone!
Oh my!
This is Georgia.
Hey, hold it there, Gabe.
Wait.
Whoa, Gabe. One call at a time. 440-3572. What the hell was that, right?
I have no idea.
Come in a little tighter in that two-shot. That's good. We got a new guy in the camera. He's learning how to run the camera. That's good. A little tighter. Come in a little more. Hey. Here in Fiji, live from Fiji via satellite. Jan and Erica, the whole crew, we've flown down here. It's Jann Scott Live Spring Break. Where's our spring break music we want in the background there, Gabester? Did you guys pick any out?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Living some little men and women.
The fuck is this shit?
What, Gabe?
Get this horse shit off.
No, Gabe.
All right, Gabe, get this shit off and put on
suck.
what they picked out. 440-3572. That was like Barry White or
It's like,
something.
hey, there.
I'm too drunk to talk. I'm too sexy for your love.
Kind of. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. All righty.
Next caller.
Okay. 440-3572. Talk to lovely and beautiful Erica. Here she is. Lovely and beautiful. Switch. Lovely and beautiful.
Thank you, Jan.
Erica. Call and talk to this lovely lady here in Fiji. She will fix your problems. You put any more of that, what is that, club shit? Club music. How about some beach music? Huh?
Gabe, please get off your dead ass. I'm just kidding.
What the hell are you talking about?
Where's the music? Give us some beach music.
We're looking
What the
for
fuck,
some.
man? We're here on the beach. We're getting sunburn.
Gabe, just
What is this
forget
shit?
it, God.
All right. Let Lindsay look for it. Lindsay, pick a song out. Lindsay knows
We're
music.
looking.
No, Lindsay's a college student. Okay, let's hear the
Okay.
comment line. Back to the comment lines, taking your calls. 440-3572. What the hell is this? People have gone nuts.
This is ridiculous.
They've gone crazy. Whoa.
Okay, cut this crackhead off, please.
What the hell was that? Shut up!
Yeah, this is George. Yep, I always hesitate to return your calls because you've got such a long outgoing message.
Oh.
It takes to get to the lead message. Let's see. I can't do Thursday night. I checked with Jim Smith, our detective, or our task force lieutenant. His number is 441-1690.
Yeah.
If he could do that. And why the parents haven't been charged is because all the interviews we've done with kids there indicates that the parents had no clue that the case of corona had been smuggled in there. And their statements are quite consistent that was true, and a number of them heard the mother directly admonishing against any alcohol or drugs being present at the party. So the reason that they aren't being charged is because they didn't do anything wrong, as far as we know.
All right, that was George Epp, our sheriff. Come on. That was George Epp, our sheriff, calling about Brittany Chambers. And they did not charge her parents because her parents didn't know that they had the beer downstairs, nor that she was on ecstasy. All right, we're here live in Fiji with Erica Strickmaker, myself,
Hello.
and the whole crew. We're all down here. Beautiful. It's Jann Scott's Live Spring Break.
Gorgeous.
Our spring break here in Fiji, under the palm trees here, sitting on the beach. So nice.
So nice.
So warm.
Yes.
Too bad you're not here. Too bad you're home. You're studying. You're screwed.
To all the refugees worldwide. One
It's a drunk cookie guitar player. Oh yeah. That's good. Give us a call. We'll solve your love problems. What kind of love problems do you run into on spring break? What are you looking for in spring break? What are you looking for in spring break when you go?
A lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. To meet some really cool, interesting people. And maybe, keep that contact, after spring break. But for the most part, just hook up with the hottest guy.
Is that really it? I mean, is that what girls are looking for? Are girls looking for what guys are looking for? Are girls and guys basically the same?
Yeah, I would assume so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But do girls lie about it more?
Guys lie about it more because they're like, yeah, dude, I got this chick last night.
Oh well, they lie about that, of course.
Well, yeah. I really don't know. I really don't know. But I think that females are in a group, like more, and then they like they're really out to spot like the really hot guys, and it's like a big challenge.
Oh yeah, we can tell that. I have it happening to me all the time.
Obviously.
They throw themselves in front of my
car. God.
Dave, do you have that problem? Girls out to spot you and just, working you, man. Hey, Gabe.
Gabe.
Yeah, Jen.
So, do you have that problem?
No, I have no problem with girls.
That's just what we're talking about.
Is it because there's no girls to give you problems, or is it that they just don't
There's
give you
many
problems?
girls, but they seem to leave their problems with their last boyfriend.
You are the chick magnet. You solve the problems.
That's right.
Yeah. That sun is awfully bright behind you. Man, you guys must be hot in there, huh? Right.
Yeah.
All right.
What is going on?
Hold on. Most women I know are completely dishonest. They're like, oh, I'm looking for a relationship. Or
Well,
if
many
men
are.
were such
Many are.
pigs, you know, men are just, you know, and we're like, you get the fuck out of here when they're exactly the same way that we are. I mean, but maybe at your age, they're more honest. Or do you think that dishonesty runs at every age?
It definitely runs at every age. I mean, I know tons of people who are like, no, I really want a boyfriend, I want to commit. But you know, deep down inside, they want to just have fun.
Girls just want to have fun.
Girls just want to have fun.
Girls just, this song sucks. Is there, we have any like rock and roll? Turn that microphone up in there. We can hear you all over the place. And back to the comment lines.
Yes.
We're taking your calls here, 440-3572. And what do you think? Are you just out to have fun, or are you sick of men? Are they, never mind, no, we don't really give a fuck. We're having too much fun. Your problems are your problems.
Go right ahead.
Our problems are pretty much, when's the coconut juice coming? We have luxury problems. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And this is Shay calling you. I would like to maybe set up some time to drop off a demo with you, or also to maybe set up an appointment on your show with the band. Give me a call. My phone number.
The band's going to be here next week. It's called Snatched. It's a sugar punk band.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. 3-girl band going to be in here in the
Fun.
house. Tickets are on sale now. You have to contact them at snatch.com, or you can call us. Only 15 people in the studio, but we will, if it's a nice night, we'll open the doors, and it'll be a party here. But everybody will be on spring break next Thursday, right?
See, I won't be here.
Yeah, that'll be a completely stupid night to do it, but the whole university will empty out. Oh, crap. But that's back in Boulder.
Yeah. Since we're in Fiji.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my God. But anyway, Snatched will be here, sugar punk band.
Fun.
Yeah, pretty much fun.
Totally.
Jan and Erica here in, it's our Love Line, our edition of Love Line here on Jann Scott Live. We're taking our spring break in Fiji a week before you take yours. And we've got some Jimmy Buffett tunes, the band's playing. How many CDs did you guys bring down? We got any new music to hear? Let's try this one. What's this song sound like?
Hold on.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I know. Let's get Lindsay to sing a country western song.
Lindsay?
I was born poor. All right.
No.
Back to the comment line. Comment line calls.
Hi, my name is Leora Pitcher. I'm sorry about my throat. I have a bit of a sore throat and an accent, which doesn't help much. I saw the ad in the paper about a co-host, and I was wondering if an accent would be a problem. I used to be in radio, in public radio for a while. I have a degree in communication with a minor in journalism, and I'm really interested in the co-host position, but I don't want to waste your time or mine, because I know a lot of American TV stations don't like foreign accents. So please give me a call back about this. My number at work is 303-44 extension 125, and my home number is 70 with my husky, sexy voice. If not, I will give a call back in a day or two. Thank you.
She sounds awesome.
Yeah, but
Mr.
you know what?
Scott, I am calling to comment on your absolutely reprehensible treatment of MDMA, known as
Can you
ecstasy.
turn the comment line off, please? Thank you so much. We don't need her. We have you.
Oh!
Yeah, sorry, you're too late.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you sounded awesome.
We have this Hot American girl.
Hot
This
American
album
girl?
is dedicated to all
We'll
the
be
teachers
back in
that told
Boulder
me I
next
never...
week. Thanks, Erica.
Bye, guys.
All right. See you next week. Live from Fiji and back in Boulder next week.
Struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby.